I spend most days talking to no one at all, even when I'm standing in the middle of a crowded hall, surrounded by voices that rise, overlap, and fall, yet none of them seem to be meant for me to call. Everyone else seems to step into conversation like it's muscle memory, like breathing in and out, while I hover at the edges of circles trying to decode what confidence is about. They laugh without rehearsing it, speak without measuring tone, while I'm hyper aware of how I'm standing and how I'm holding my phone. There's this constant quiet calculation. Where do I look? When do I smile? How loud is too loud to be? How long is normal eye contact? When do I nod? When is it my turn to be? And by the time I've worked it out, the moment has already passed. The joke has moved on, the topic has shifted, the window of entry didn't last. It's not that anyone's cruel or that I'm actively pushed away. It's more that I'm slightly out of rhythm with the music everybody else seems to play. Like everyone was handed the sheet music before they walked into the room, and I'm trying to learn the melody by watching from the corner's gloom. I'm not bullied or excluded in any dramatic headline way. I'm just consistently almost included, close but never quite okay. I can stand inside the circles, but I'm not the one they'd choose, not the person they'd instinctively text, or the one they'd hate to lose. If I left the table quietly, I don't think the air would shift. No one would panic at the space or feel the slightest drift. It wouldn't be relief. I'm not unwanted in that loud and obvious way, but I don't think anyone feels lucky that I happen to stay. And that's the strange in-between that's the hardest to talk about. Not rejected enough to name it, just permanently fitting out. Close enough to see the warmth and how they naturally connect, far enough to feel like I'm present more from circumstance than effect. Like I'm tolerated because I'm there, because I share the class, because removing me would be awkward, so they let the moment pass. Not because they'd look for me when the group begins to form, not because my absence would bend the shape of what is the norm. It's that kind of loneliness is quiet. It doesn't shout or fight. It just hums beneath the surface every single day and night. You start to wonder what it is that everyone else just knows, what invisible instinct they were born with that naturally grows. I see the way they lean into each other without thinking where to place their hands, how their bodies don't freeze up, wondering if they misunderstood the social plans. I don't think I'm better or worse, just built a little differently somehow, like everyone else got an instinct and I'm still trying to learn now. My mum is my best friend, which sounds cliche or small, but with her I don't calculate anything. I don't brace for a fall. There's no performing normal, no adjusting how I sit or speak, no worrying that my personality is coming off too strong or too weak. I don't have to monitor my breathing or remind myself to blink. I don't have to filter out every sentence through what they will think. And maybe that's what makes school harder than it should be, because I know how it feels to exist without constantly editing me. I don't want to be alone, that's the part nobody sees. I don't stand in the corner because I love the quiet or the freeze. I stand there because stepping forward feels like stepping onto stage, with invisible spotlights scanning every moment I engage. And I cannot explain the heaviness of watching life flow past, of wanting so badly to join in, but knowing the comfort won't last. It's not dramatic, it doesn't shout, it doesn't break down into tears. It's just steady background loneliness that's followed me for years. The feeling of almost there, almost known, almost about, but slightly misaligned with the world, not fitting in, just fitting out.